Hello everybody and fans of scary stories. Welcome to the next episode of Gaming Creepypasta Stories. Today we're going to be talking about the dreaded story of Sonic.exe. So this creepypasta starts out with a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan. The player tells us that he likes the newer games, but he doesn't mind the classics as well. So on a nice summer afternoon, the player was playing Sonic Unleashed, and he saw the mailman arrive to come deliver the player a package. The player paused his game to go see what he got, but it just turned out to be a CD case with a disc inside and a note. He looked at the letter and it was from his best friend Kyle, whom we hadn't heard from for 2 weeks. The letter had stated this exact message: "Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you could do it for me. I can't do it. He's after me, and if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disc before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disc and you'll destroy him, but do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Please, Kyle." At that point, I'll just call the player Tom now. Tom didn't exactly do what Kyle asked him to do. He didn't think a simple disc would do anything bad at all. After all, it was just a game, right? Anyway, he looked at the CD and it looked like a normal disc with the words Sonic.exe written on it with a black marker. When he saw the word Sonic, however, Tom was really excited and actually wanted to play it. So Tom went up to his room, turned on his computer, put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen eventually came up, he saw it was the first Sonic game, and he was like, "Awesome!" However, when Tom pressed start, he noticed there was a split-second change to the title before it cut to black. It was just a normal title screen of Sonic 1, except in this version, the sky was all darkened, the title emblem was rusted and ruined, the area where it was supposed to say Sega 1991 was now Sega 666, and the water was not blue, but it was all blood red, and it was in a hyper-realistic style. However, the freakiest thing about it all was Sonic himself. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding with 2 glowing red dots that were staring right at Tom, and his smile had stretched wide up to the edge of his face. Then Tom saw a file select screen which was much like the save files from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And he was like, "What's this doing in the first Sonic game?" He noticed that something was off. There were only three files, where there should be more. Tom then saw the playable characters were Tails, Knuckles, and Dr. Robotnik. He was now sure that something was up. How can you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game? That's when Tom realized that it was a hacked game, but not a glitchy one. So anyway, he selected Tails, and at that point he heard a pixelated laugh that sounded like Kefka from Final Fantasy, before it went to black. He then saw a title card for the level, but it just said Hill Act 1. He started playing and he moved Tails to the Green Hill Zone, but there was nothing at all. No enemies and no obstacles, just a barren land. He was running for what seemed to be at least 5 minutes. There was a peaceful melody that was playing in reverse, and it would get slower every minute he ran through the level. Tom then saw something. It was one of the animals, except it was dead, bleeding on the ground. As he continued on, he saw more dead animals, but they were all killed in really gruesome ways, such as a squirrel was hanging on a tree with its entrails hanging out, and a duck had its eyes gouged out and his throat slit. After a little while, the music had stopped and there was no more animals. Then when Tails was going up a hill, he saw Sonic standing there with his eyes closed, and Tails just slowly walked toward him. And at the same time, faint static was growing louder and louder every step that Tails took, until in a split second, Tom saw Sonic open his eyes and the screen cut to black, and the static noise had stopped. A message then appeared and it said, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" Tom was then taken to a level called Hide and Seek. It was the Angel Island zone from Sonic 3, but everything was on fire. Tails began to make frantic gestures at that point. It was as if he wanted to get out of the area as fast as possible. Suddenly flashes of Sonic appeared all over the screen, and he then saw Sonic behind Tails and he was slowly getting up on him, with the suspenseful drowning jingle playing in the background, until he disappeared and then appeared again right in front of Tails. Then Sonic lunged him and the screen went to black, accompanied by a loud screech. Another message appeared, and this time it said, "You're too slow. Wanna try again?" Tom was shocked after seeing that. He was warped back to the file select screen and he saw a creepy version of Tails on the first save file, which meant that he died. Ignoring it, Tom selected Knuckles next. He saw a title card for the level, and it was called You Can't Run. The level looked different. It had the ground from Scrap Brain Zone, and the music this time was the Geiger's theme from Earthbound. He made Knuckles run through the dark level for a while until red stack flickered a couple times, and he now saw blood stains on the metallic ground. Then Sonic appeared in front of Knuckles and red stack appeared again. And when it vanished, more text appeared, and this time it said, Found You. The stack came back, and after, Tom was put back into the level. He then tried to punch Sonic over and over, but he always missed because Sonic had teleported back and forth. Eventually, Knuckles fell to his knees and Sonic lunged at him, and the screen cut to black again with the distorted screeching. When it was finished, another text message appeared, and it stated, So many souls to play with, so little time, would you agree? He was brought back to the main menu and he saw creepy Knuckles on the second file, and he simply shut the game off and began to take a nap. Tom had experienced a horrifying nightmare while he was napping. He was in a dark room with a light over him and he heard the cries of Tails and Knuckles in the distance. They said things like, Help us, why'd you give us to him, and run before he gets you too. He then heard the evil Kefka laugh and Sonic appeared in front of Tom and said, You're a lot of fun to play with, kid, just like your friend Kyle, though he didn't last long. Won't be long now until you join him and all my other friends. You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others. When he was about to lunge at Tom, he woke up really freaked out. After a couple of hours, he plays the game again and selected Robotnik now. This time the level title was simply ... He made Robotnik go through a level and the music that was playing was the song from Hill Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. Tom made him walk down a long flight of stairs for about a minute until he heard the creepy Kefka laugh, and the music had stopped. He then saw Sonic appear in front of Dr. Robotnik, and the red stack came again, and then, 15 seconds later, the screen showed a very unpleasant, hyper-realistic image of Sonic. He was standing in the darkness, and it just showed his face. The screen then flickered with red static 3 times, and on the third, he heard the Kefka laugh, except it was distorted, sounding demonic. And he now saw text over the image that said, I am God. The screen then went to the red sack again until it cut to black and one final text message came up on the screen. And it said, Ready for round 2, Tom? Then he was booted back to the main menu and the game shut itself off. After he heard a voice coming from behind him and it said, Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. He immediately turned around to see where the voice came from, and what he saw sitting on his bed was a Sonic plushie that was smiling and had blood stains under its eyes. Well, that was one scary creepypasta, right? If this story was creepy and it made you scared of it, please tell me in the comments below. Anyway, let's move on and give you my thoughts on Sonic.exe. Now, I have to say, this story made me get freaked out the first time I read it, and if this is your first time listening or hearing about this, I bet you were the same as I was. Also, there is a fan-made game of this, and it matches what's clearly going on, such as the image at the end, the text, the sounds, and everything else I mentioned about it. I've actually played the game myself, and it was really scary. You know, if you want to try this game for yourself, link will be in the description where you can download the game and play it. Also, do you all want me to play the scary game? If so, leave a comment below. Anyway, let's just get to my final thoughts, shall we? Okay, I thought this was a pretty impressive story, and this is another one of the popular creepypastas out there. I just really think that what should have been changed the most was the mentioning of blood. There's just too many mentions in the story about blood. That's pretty much the only thing that should be alternate for the rest of the story. I would give it a good rating. Now for the ultimate conclusion. Is this real? Well, my opinion is that it'll have to be yes and no. It sounds like it could be real by the way the teller said it. It is also your choice to say if this is real or not. Please tell me your opinion on why you liked or did not like in the comments. I would appreciate hearing what you thought about this creepy story. Also, if you want to leave suggestions for future episodes of the series, comment on what creepypasta you want me to read and I'll do it. If I can, though. Plus, one more thing before I end this. If you want to read the story for yourself, because I didn't really read the whole thing to you all, link will be in the description where you can go and see what I did not tell you at all in this episode. Overall, this has been episode 5 of Gaming Creepypasta Stories. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you all liked it, then please like, comment, subscribe for more episodes. It helps me out a lot. Also, please check out some of my game-related videos if you haven't done that. Plus, make sure to tune in next time where I might cover a user-requested creepypasta by one of you. Well, yeah, that's all for this video. This is me, Pokemon493 fans, signing out for Gaming Creepypasta Stories. See ya. Hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.